It's what's up front that counts. You won't remember when this phrase started, but it actually was a popular uh, part of a commercial message for a product in the 60s. It has survived and it has evolved as a phrase that is used for a number of different things. And when I have up here doing your homework, I don't mean your academic homework, but your homework as a consumer. We know that in the economy we have X amount of resources to use. As a person, we have X amount of resources to use, and we have to make our choices wisely. So doing the research ahead of time will help make this process much more effective for you, and you'll be happier in the long term. So, what is it that you're going to buy? Critical questions to ask yourself before you go into the marketplace. Is it a need or want? By now, that's a fairly simple question for you to answer. But do you ask the question? Does it meet 100% or near 100% of that need or want? Underutilization is a term that's referred to in your book that talks about the lack of use of a product once it's been purchased, or a service once it's been purchased. Do you have the time to research and think about your purchase before you make it? I've talked about how long it takes me to buy a car, but how long does it take you to buy something that's important to you and that consumes a lot of your resources? Things like maybe a new laptop or an iPad or a tablet, a cell phone, maybe a trip for spring break. And then, once you found that information, are you willing to use that information to make that decision? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And then, after the purchase has been made, how satisfied are you with the purchase? If you're not satisfied, what is your recourse? So, does it serve a need or want? In the 60s, Fred Flintstone was a really popular cartoon character, similar to what the Simpsons are and have been since the 90s. They were used by, they were shown on Friday nights and I think Sunday nights to families across the country. And the commercials often used the Flintstones, and it seemed like an extension of the cartoon show. I'd like to show you an ad, and I'd like you to think about how powerful this would be if you were sitting in front of a TV set with children, ages 2 or 3 on up, parents and grandparents, family and friends.
Mr. Flintstone?
But of course, they really got something.
You bet your life. Folks who really enjoy smoking know it's what's up front that counts. And that's where Winston steps out ahead of the crowd with their exclusive filter blend. Choice golden tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoke.
Hold it, hold it.
What you mean?
What are you pitching Winston's at me for? You know I never smoke nothing else.
Just practicing, Mr. Flintstone. Everybody knows that.
Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should.
Yeah.
See you soon, Rocky.
The Flintstone has been brought to you by Winston, America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
So what you see is a build of a need in people to smoke. And it was pretty successful in the 60s and before that, but especially in the 60s with a plethora of cigarette brands that came on the market. They wanted to capture as much of the market as they could. So you have to think about, as you're purchasing, what is your purpose in buying? How long can you wait to make a decision? Do you use something that appeals to your emotions, your need for belonging, your need for love, your need for whatever? And can you measure whether or not your purchase is going to satisfy the long-term situation? I put this picture of this exercise equipment up here as an example, the industry says, of one of the best example of things that people buy that they never use. They think they're going to use this, it looks easy, they're going to do it every day, they're going to become fit and healthy, and they buy it, they get it home, they start using it, and the novelty wears off. So I ask you, how many things have you purchased that have been used little or not at all? This would be an example of underutilization. Maximum utilization would be something like a pair of tennis shoes that you buy. You spend $100 on a pair of tennis shoes. You wear them every single day for 3 or 4 months. And at the end of that time, you notice that they're breaking down and you go out and you buy a new pair. Well, it could be that you're spending $1 a day for those tennis shoes, and you're using them every single day. That's utilization. And you have to consider with your budget, does that make sense for you? Is that $1 a day worth it? Okay, I've been told that this is a picture of gypsy brides and gypsy bridesmaids. I don't know the context of it, but when I first found this picture on Google Images, I thought, this is absolutely ridiculous. Per square inch, how much do these dresses cost for something that's going to be worn for 1 day? Does it make sense to use resources like this? Well, bounded rationality is a term that I want to bring up now, and that speaks to how much information are you willing to go out and capture before you make the purchase and use before you make the purchase. And it's really important that use of information is just important as finding the information. Then the other thing we want to talk about is attribute-based choices. Okay, and attributes talk about all the things that your good or service has to offer that will make you happy. Do you think about those before you buy, or do you look at, impulse buying? Somebody says, oh, isn't this cute? Isn't this a great deal? Isn't this, this is just going to be wonderful. You walk into a store like Bath and Body Works, or into a department store where they have colognes or lotions, and someone puts it on you and it makes you feel wonderful, and you think, oh, I have to have this. This is an absolute need. Do you really have to? Or is it a want, and is it something that you should have done your research on ahead of time? How much is that bottle of whatever costing you per ounce, and how often are you going to use it? Okay, so once you've made your purchase and something happens where you're not satisfied or where you need to take action, then what options do you have available to you? When you think about a product that you buy, say you buy some cologne at a department store, and you get it home and you find out that your significant other hates that fragrance, but you bought it for their birthday because you thought this was going to be perfect. Okay, so what do? Well, you have to consider the refund policy, right? You take it back to the store. How do they return things? What are their expectations? And those are clearly identified ahead of time. And then what recourse do you have? Some people recognize that extended warranties for some products might be a good idea, but for the industry and from a consumer perspective, the value of extended warranties on products like technology, cars, appliances, homes, things of that nature, big ticket items that come with big ticket extended warranties, or even small ticket extended warranties. Is it worth the price? Is it worth the purchase? Okay, the experts say basically no. Okay, that there are a lot of reasons why you probably shouldn't buy the extended warranty. If it's something, for instance, if you buy a big screen TV and the product itself comes with a 1-year warranty, manufacturer's warranty, the company, say if you buy it from Best Buy and they give you, as part of Best Buy, they give you a 1-year warranty, but they want to sell you or extend the offer for an additional 2 years, does that make sense? Well, think about the TV set. How long do you expect to have it? How much have you spent for it? What do you think you would spend in repairs? Does it make sense to buy the extended warranty? How much is that warranty going to cost? And then there are lots of other things that we'll talk about in a minute about that warranty that you need to consider. One of the things that the industry definitely is positive about is warranties on cell phones. But they suggest that you do not buy cell phone warranties when you buy the phone. Do your homework ahead of time. Find out what cell phone warranties are available, and you have time to buy that. You don't have to buy it when you go to Sprint or T-Mobile or Verizon or wherever. You can buy it later. So think about that as you make your purchase of a cell phone. A cell phone is not something you want to be without for days and days in trying to replace it. So as you look at vehicle and other warranties, there are 3 basic areas that you want to think about. What kind of coverage are they going to provide for you? And here are questions that you need to ask yourself, especially how long does policy last? And is it available everywhere? Can you take on, say, spring break, you go to Florida and something happens to your cell phone? Can you make a claim in Florida and get a new phone? Or do you have to come back to Ohio where you purchased it to do it? What about claim services? What is it going to cost you? Is the service available for you? Is the warranty applicable at any repair shop or only at their repair shops? And what if you sell something, like you buy a warranty on your car or your home or an appliance and you sell it, does that warranty transfer to the new owners? Really important to think about. And then help and support. Absolutely, you want a 24/7 support system. And you want to know ahead of time, can you find information out about the company that provides the warranty? And can you compare and contrast all of the different features of the warranty? So to help you get better with that process, here is your assignment. You're going to look at 2 things, extended warranties and underutilization. In an extended warranty, you're going to find a product or service you'd like to buy or have bought, and then you're going to look at the warranties and you're going to figure out what it is that you'd like to buy or not and what is the best value. And then with underutilization, you're going to identify a product or service that you have bought or was bought for you that was underutilized. Those things need to be put on a Word doc and put it in the assignment link on Canvas for this Thursday. We'll talk about it then after we see the presentation from Emily and Stephen. I hope you're having a great weekend and you have a good week. I will see you on Tuesday. We're doing Finance 101 with our training team, so please be there on time, and I will see you Tuesday. Thanks so much.